Well, welcome to Brickhouse Guitars. I am Roger, and I am here today with a very special guest, Sheldon Schwartz from Loretto, Ontario, and he brought this beautiful Oracle guitar. No, yes, Oracle. Got it right. A guitar for us to showcase and represent. We're so honored that you allow us this opportunity. And what a great chance for us to sit and talk and let our audience get to know you a little bit better. And so why don't we just dive in?
Okay.
Yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been building for how many years now?
For 32 years.
32 years.
Yep.
Wow.
That's my, I guess that's my fourth shop in Loretto. It's really nice. You've been there.
We've been. It's a little bit anal. It looks nicer than my kitchen. No, actually not, but it's close.
Yeah, it's nicer than my house.
Yeah.
But it's nice to work in. Nice light.
Yes.
Northern facing,
I remember
facing
that.
windows. Yeah.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yes.
I enjoy being in there, except when the weather's really nice.
It's a beautiful countryside setting, and I'm sure it's inspiring. And you're up to close to 200 guitars now.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you just never stop learning, though, you know?
You got to keep learning. You have to always be trying to do better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think every guitar you go, the next one's going to be my best one ever.
Right.
Right?
Just like writing a song or painting.
Yeah.
Right. You always want the next one.
Next
to be
one
better.
is just going to be better. Yes. Right. And even the less better ones teach us so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
they do.
Yeah.
What Al Caruth? He's an older builder from the States.
Yes.
He told me we're always trying to raise our level of mediocrity.
There you go. That's a good, humble way to put it. So this is a smaller body guitar.
It is.
And kind of like the size of an OM. Obviously, it doesn't resemble much of an OM, but it would be about that size. I'm guessing around 15.
15 inches right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And tell us a bit about the woods, and then maybe I'll have my business partner Ken behind the camera kind of get in here, and we'll go over the features of the guitar. Yeah, you can tell us a bit about it. So let's start with the top. It's a beautiful silky Engelmann spruce.
That's right, Engelmann spruce. When I started building guitars in 1992, and it's really fun to buy wood. And in 1994, I bought a lot of wood. I bought this from Pacific Rim Tone Woods.
Okay.
They had some really nice Engelmann. I think I bought 20 tops.
Okay.
And I got the back and sides mahogany.
Mahogany.
Maybe I'm moving too fast.
No,
that's from
not
the
at
C.F.
all.
Martin Company. They had some nice mahogany for sale. I think I bought 5 sets. I think this is the third guitar I've made with this mahogany.
And the bindings are walnut?
Bindings are walnut.
There you go. And this is interesting here. Tell us a bit about, what do you call that?
I call this an access panel.
Access panel. There you go.
Or the escape hatch.
Escape hatch.
Because
Well, if you drop your pick, it's pretty convenient, isn't it?
Right.
You just open it up the hatch and out it comes. Of course, you know.
It's because you can't really get your hand in the sound hole if
That's
you need
right.
to do a repair.
Yes.
But it also makes it very easy to install a pickup. And so I reinforced the sides right beside the access panel to put the end pin jack.
Right.
So that's reinforced here.
Are your sides reinforced?
No.
They're not doubled or...
On my big guitars,
Yeah.
I double the sides from the waist all the way around.
Okay.
I used to do the whole body on the big guitars, but I stopped doing that.
Okay. And do you revoice, like once the guitar is built, you get in there and kind of tweak and scrape and sand and whatever has to happen?
Right. So yeah, if there is something I don't like about the sound, and usually I'm listening for a bad note. So if you hear a bad note, then there's some conflict in the vibrations. You're getting like a phase cancellation. So if I hear that, then I want to go in the access panel and fix it.
Right. Cool. Wow. Now, speaking of that, you tell us little bit about your philosophy of guitar voicing, because it all comes down to voicing. And later we're going to hear this guitar. And I first played this guitar actually at l'Assomption just this summer, and well, I ended up staying late in your room. We shared rooms just where we were staying, and we talked and played guitar till too late in the morning. But
that was fun.
I fell in love at that moment with this guitar. But we talked a bit about your approach to guitar voicing, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Basically, it'll go back to Al Caruth again.
Okay.
Because when I started building guitars, I was at a Asia convention, Association of Stringed Instrument Artisans.
I remember that. Wow.
I was at one of those shows, and this guy comes over to my table. I didn't know him. It was Al Caruth, and he taps on the guitar. And he tells me, "There's your." I forget exactly what he said. I think he said, "There's your body resonance," and he covered the sound holes. And he said, "That's your top resonance," and with the sound hole covered, he tapped the back. He said, "That's your back resonance." And we talked a little bit, and he left. And at the time, I didn't even know what he was talking about. But over the years, it's sunk in. And those are really important, those three main resonances. And what I really strive to do is get the right interval between the top resonance and the back resonance.
Okay. So there's no conflict, or they work together, in fact?
Right, so they work together.
I see.
Right.
Okay. Wow. And you use a bit of technology to help you with that too, right?
Well, recently I've got some. I haven't used it yet, but when I was at the show in McConnell, Washington, this really great guy, a builder right behind me, I started talking to him, Rob McAllister.
Okay.
And he had a lot of builders there. They had these frequency charts on their tables, and I didn't really know what that was all about. I didn't know how they derived at them or whatever. So Rob had that too, so he started telling me about it. And I got to the show early one day, and he tested this guitar for me with microphone and his computer program.
Okay.
And so we knew the back and top res. I usually do it by ear, but
so it passed the test, I'm sure.
It did. But what was interesting was that I could also use that as an extra tool to help get these resonances dialed in. So I'm going to start doing that. But for the last 32 years, I've been doing it by
relying on your trained ear,
right,
and personal sensibilities, of course, right?
Of which there are a few.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on a bit with the attributes as well. So the bridge is ebony.
That's right.
And you're actually using a tusk build.
I like tusk.
Now, do you shape this, or does that comes the way it does? Or
I shape it. This is I buy a 1/4 inch saddle blank, and then I thin it down to 3/16, and then I do the intonation by hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then a few unusual things here too. This is a new kind of product, I guess, or relatively new, right? For the fingerboard.
Right. I've used that for a few guitars. I like it on the small guitars because it's very lightweight. It's it looks like ebony, but it's torrefied purple heart.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just helps with the balance in your lap. And the headstock, the front of the headstock is also the torrefied purple heart.
Okay. Yeah, now, as we flip it over here, so here you have basically, I guess you would call laminated neck construction, and I didn't count, but it's almost like the 401. You've got, what, 13 lanes?
13 lanes of traffic there, yeah.
Yeah.
I like doing the laminated necks. I find they're more stable. It's a lot more work, but they're definitely stable and stiff.
Right. And a beautiful satin finish on that. And this part here, the main chunk is walnut, right?
That's right. It's Peruvian
walnut. Yeah. and then this would be mahogany on the onlay there,
That's right.
and then Goto 510 tuners.
We have the body is a Manzer wedge.
Manzer wedge. I don't know
shape.
if we can show that here, but so slimmer on this
That's right.
side and deeper as you come on over here. And that's just such an amazing feature. Like, it's just that the idea that you can get in close, and that's probably a good time to point this out too.
Right, there is
and you just sanded a little too much there, Sheldon.
slight bend, like a drop top, a little bit of a Stratocaster like
Yeah, there
feature.
you go. Your old rocker hiding in
Right,
you there.
right.
Strat guy.
And so we got the Strat armrest, the drop top style armrest here, and then in the cutaway we have like a PRS type scoop.
There you go. Ripped everybody off. Wow. These scoops blow me away. We just did one with Michel, and he showed me in his shop. And it's mind-boggling how like I don't even know, like he showed me how he did it, but it's just like, wow. Like it's very complex to do. And then to keep the lines here around the purfling so perfect.
Yeah.
That just, it's quite a challenge, and you've obviously risen to the challenge and do it really well.
It's challenging, yeah. I saw Michelle's, it looked great.
It was,
Really
well,
great.
Michelle is like you, like just everything top notch, clean lines, and pushing the boundaries. Beautiful fret wire. This is the Evo Gold.
Gold, yeah, with rounded fret ends.
Yep, the Sheldon Schwartz way. I love that. It's just, you'll never get a sharp fret. So you make two different style of guitars. This is the Oracle.
Right.
And you have the larger body as well. How many sizes do you have with the Oracle?
I have two sizes.
Two sizes.
Yeah, 15-inch and 16-inch.
So the one we had here, maybe in August,
Right.
that was the larger one.
Right.
And what a guitar that was. Holy cow. It lasted not even a day. I think it lasted for an hour, and it was already spoken for. That was an amazing guitar, and so is this one. But this is the smaller version.
Smaller version. So
And then you also have the Pinnacle.
Right.
Which some of my very good friends like Trevor Gordon Hall have, and a few others. I guess we can talk about some of those artists. But the Pinnacle has more of a traditional sound hole.
Right, round sound hole.
But from what I understand is they're actually the same guitar. Sort of.
Virtually the same inside, same bracing. Here's one interesting thing. So the area of these two elliptical sound holes add up to this area of the round sound hole on the 15-inch Pinnacle.
Right.
So I can tune them the same. And on the larger 16-inch Oracle that has the 3 sound holes,
Right.
the area of those 3 sound holes is
Add
the
up
same
to the sound
area
hole.
as the 4-inch sound hole that I use on the 16-inch Pinnacles.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
And then what was your thinking of having the two different sound hole placements? What's the actual difference that happens? And why would I choose one over the other?
Yeah, these have a different voice. I don't know if you know Steve Davison. He says there's more information in the voice of the Oracles with the sound holes in the upper bout.
Okay.
And what's basically happening is that this area right here of high stress, where you usually put the sound hole, now we have some wood working here to vibrate, and that gives the guitars a little different voice.
Okay.
And the other thing is that these almost act like a side port.
Yes, I noticed that right away. It's like, well, you would certainly not need a sound, a port here,
Right.
because like you're literally, and I think maybe that's where that you get more information concept comes from too. Is you're getting directly, what's happening inside the guitar coming at you. I feel it right away, and I love that, to be able to sort of experience the sound coming right at you. I'm sort of the first in line to hear what's happening, right? Then the room gets to hear it.
Yeah.
So So that's very, very nice. Well, and of course, inside and out construction is absolutely immaculate. Anything else that you'd like to point out about the guitar that of particular interest to this one?
Did we mention the glow in the dark side dots?
Oh, of course, glow in the dark side dots. And I'm not going to say it. Phosphorescent. I got it.
Yeah.
No?
Phosphorescence.
I can only say it once. Phosphorescent.
You did
Wow,
good.
there you go. Pull that off. And I didn't even spit on the guitar. Wow. Well, we're going to switch the mic around a little bit. I'll get on my stool and I'm going to noodle a bit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do my standard demo. I thank you so much for helping describe the guitar. I'll do that little bit, then we'll come back and say a few closing words.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. Well, now to the exciting part. I mean, I had a chance to kind of get to know it this morning here, and yeah, it is every bit the amazing guitar that I remember from this summer. It's one of those guitars you just don't forget, you know. And yeah, it's bravo, hats off to you. You know, one of the things that I like to do just to get to know the sound of a guitar is simply strum a few simple chords, right?
I do that too, yeah.
I just want to listen. And I kind of joked before, did you ever hear such an E chord before? Yeah, that'll transport you. That'll take you away. When I push a guitar, I want it to grow and not like thin out. I want it to bloom. Even if I flat pick. Take it, right? Small guitar again, but it fills the whole room. And, you know, it's just so nice to play a small guitar. Oh, I didn't ask you the scale length.
It's 25 and a half. 25
and a half, okay. You know, it almost feels so comfortable. It feels like a short scale, and it's not. It's amazing, yeah. I mean, the action is just, it plays itself. It just totally plays itself. What an amazing guitar. Wow, just what an amazing guitar. And I know I say wow a lot, but, you know, we have a lot of nice guitars in here, and this one is definitely a wow. Let me do my standard demo. I thank you so much for watching. I'll do my demo, come back and say a few words with Sheldon. And yeah, again, thank you so much for being part of this. Okay, all right, so here's the deal. I have to bring this home for at least 3 weeks, no, 3 months to really get to know it before we showcase it here. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. It is absolutely stunning. Fantastic work, world-class building. Sheldon, thank you so much for being here. We are so honored to represent this instrument and represent you as a builder. So once again, thank you everyone for watching. Cheers.